I don't know. I'm not really feeling anything.
Me either.
Me either. Me either. Neither. Neither.
Disenchantment is a love child between Simpsons creator Matt Groening and Simpsons writer Josh Weinstein. Voice cast includes Groening's regulars Fry, Jake the Dog, and Maurice LaMarche, and newcomers by the likes of Abby Johnson of Broad City and professional psycho Eric Andre. Series premiered on Netflix August 17, 2018 with 10 episodes. The show was met with alright reviews scoring a 7.2 on IMDb and barely fresh score of 62% on Rotten Tomatoes. Does this necessarily make this a show to avoid? Let's discuss it in this episode of Investigator. The story of Disenchantment centers on Princess Tia Beanie, Bean for short, voiced by the broad herself Abby Johnson, and her struggle to break the predestined path her father set for her. It's only when Bean is introduced to the demon Lucy, voiced by Eric Andre, and the elf Elfo, voiced by Nate Faxo, that Bean is able to live her life in a more adventurous way. As far as the story goes in Disenchantment, it follows a more narrative path, in place of each episode having its own story. Watching the show, I would notice the abrupt switch to a narrative episode when I had just enjoyed a throwaway episode before. There are little tidbits that carry the story along throughout the show, but it feels tacked on in later episodes, and as if the writers were having an all-out WWE-style brawl in the writing room. The pacing of the show starts off with a crawl in the first 2 episodes, and gradually picks up steam by the 3rd episode. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, as there are some laughs in between, and the characters become more and more relatable as the series goes on, which is enough to keep you going. The problems I have with Disenchantment is due to the fact that its writing is all over the place, and that there are a lot of technical and voice issues that stem from this problem. Most of these issues are shown in the very first episode, and continues to show throughout the second. Both episodes scoring a 6.9 on IMDb, mind you. If you have not watched the series, I'd advise you watch it before continuing to watch this video. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. First episode starts off with a bar fight. Exciting, right? In most cases, you'd be right, but the amount of silence in the set piece brings it down in a technical aspect. Also, the music and sound effects for the scene and a majority of the show sounds like it was bought off of a website for under $10. Throughout the show, there are some dialogue choices that are puzzling and some jokes that just fall flat. Most of the actors seem to have issues saying the dialogue, and it's pretty bad that both Abby Johnson and Eric Andre have this issue, especially since they are both a part of the main cast. The story for the show isn't hard to follow, but feels very weak because of what we get in the end. A good chunk of the story also remains within Dreamland, and the feeling we get from the city is that it's on screen. Dreamland is just background noise instead of being a lively kingdom that we would want to get enthralled into, and right when we start hitting a feel for it, it gets freaking destroyed. Do these problems make the series bad? No. It doesn't make it a bad show. In fact, I've rewatched the first season many times and enjoyed it, but its first season isn't up to par with what we have gotten from the creator in the past. With season 2 releasing on September 20th, we can only hope that they've learned their lesson and have been listening to our criticisms. Did you enjoy Disenchantment Season 1? Please leave a like and comment. Also follow my Instagram, links in the description below.